Okay, there we go. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Shabbat shalom.
All right. What's today's date?
The
26th,
25th.
25th? Okay, May 25th, 2000, what, 24?
24.
May the Most High be praised. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We got in store a magnificent class prepared for y'all today. Magnificent class. I mean, this class is going to rock your world. And then after that, we got on part 2. We're going to finish our discussion from earlier, from last week, about some of the things that Israelite women have issues with Israelite men or men of color, particularly our men, how we disrupt, hurt, bring them harm, bring them pain, and not standing up to the quality of being a man as we're supposed to be. That will be in the 4 o'clock hour. That will be a great discussion. Part 2. Last week was phenomenal, but I have a feeling that everybody didn't get off their chest everything that they had on their chest. So this time we have an opportunity to speak again, and everybody has the chance to say what's in their heart, what's in their mind, what's in their spirit, so that we can move forward. We're a little bit behind time today, but we will be there. We have gotten it started. We're going to keep moving in the same direction. Fast forward. Y'all know how we do. Fast forward. But the Creator's been good to us. And we're going to start off our first portion of the class by seeing the things that you would like to thank the Almighty for, whatever the Most High has done for you throughout your day, your week, your life, whatever He's done for you that you're happy with, that you're pleased with. Now is the opportunity for you to thank the Creator, to acknowledge Him, and give Him His respect and praise. All right? So let's get started. Who would like to be first?
I can go first.
You got the floor, Amy.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Just here and thankful. One second, I'm sorry. Just here and thankful to the Creator for all of His blessings. Thankful for, most importantly, for Him giving us the breath of life to be able to rise up and call upon His name and give Him all the glory. Thanking the Creator for the life of my Abba, and for my Ima. May she continue to rise in her resting place. And just thankful for my Ish and the magnitude of what life has to bring and the experiences that we, attain throughout this life. So, and I'm thankful for my Beulah community, Beulah family. I'm thankful for my born family, my blood family. And honestly, I'm in a grateful space because so many things could be in another way. And the Most High has given us so much grace and mercy. So that's to the Creator for His mercy. And may He continue to give it to us as long as we continue to serve Him in the utmost righteousness. Say who?
May the Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised. To the Rabbah. All right. Anyone else? And Shabbat Shalom, Sister Uzziah.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm grateful for the Most High and His mercy and grace, and for His truth, and for progression and growth. Because a lot of times we can stand in our own way and don't realize it. And when you speak to the Most High and ask Him to show when you speak to the Most High and ask Him to show me myself. Okay, so if I ask the Most High to show me myself, it gives me another chance to take accountability and to grow and change.
May the Most High be praised. I like that. I like that. That's the words of a pure-hearted, really diligent, trying to be her very best woman. May the Most High be praised. Now that's a lot deeper. I would like for you to speak on that later on. That's deep. No, I mean seriously, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't make that type of request, and you did. So may the Most High be praised. Torah. Nasika, you think you about ready?
Came. Shabbat Shalom Lekulam. Definitely want to give praise and honor to the Most High for another day. More specifically, another Shabbat, a set apart time that He's called everything to rest. I'm grateful for my parents. May the Most High bless my Amy's memory. I'm grateful that they came together and produced me, allowed me to be here. First and foremost, the Most High allowing them to come together and have me as their offspring. I'm grateful for my Ish. I'm grateful for my Mishpachah in Illinois and in South Carolina. I'm grateful for my Beulah family. I'm grateful for the preservation of our culture, of our literature. Yesterday, me and my Ish were attempting to watch the book of Ezra. And in the beginning of it, like I was hooked already just in the beginning because I love the way that it starts off. It starts off, honestly, the way I believe my Ish and Chief Prince Zebulon were teaching it, that Ezra, during that time, he was the one that basically was the scribe for writing all of the literature and getting it taught to the people. And I think that's beautiful because that's not an easy task. So I'm grateful for those, even those that didn't get to see what we'll call their modern day promise. I'm grateful they at least carried out the instructions of the Most High to get the literature and teach it to the people, because I don't think it's an easy task. I don't believe it's an easy task whatsoever. And I'm just grateful that the Most High saw fit that we were worthy enough to have it and do our best to pass it down to generation to generation. And I just ask that even in His mercy, that He keep us and have more mercy. Just because throughout history, through my reading of Noah and his Mishpachah, everybody He preserved, they ended up in some form of fashion turning their back on Him. And I just pray that we get it right this time and we preserve it, and we purely, with the intent to do right by the Most High, go forward to the best of our ability, and not just the best of our ability, but what He told us to do. So I'm grateful that He chose us, and I'm just grateful for what He's going to do with us, because I believe that He didn't just choose us because we talk good, but I believe that He sees something in us, and I'm grateful for that. I really am, and I look forward to Him showing His signs and wonders within us, and I'm grateful for His preservation always. Zehu.
May the Most High be praised. Torah Rabbah. It's funny how you say that, because you know why He chose us. If we get into the book of Numbers today, which usually is the second half, but if we get into that, the Creator talks about why He chose us. That's deep. Okay, so yeah, now see, we ready to rock and roll?
כן, אני מוכן.
Okay, Yeah, he talks about that in the book of Numbers, in the chapters that we were going to be reading today. So we may get into that this day. I don't know for sure. I doubt it. But if we do, we're going to cover that part. And I'm going to distinctly bring that out to bring up the point that you made during your thanking and acknowledgement of the Creator this morning. Total Rabbah, may the Most High be praised.
All right. Welcome everyone to another segment, another Shabbat class. Right now, it's the time to give honor and praise to the Most High. Please do so. Let the Most High know how thankful you are with the family, so you may encourage the family to do it more often. You know, you may do it often, but by you doing it, you will give courage to those of us that may not do it often. Please make sure that you like, that you share, and that you subscribe if you haven't. Please share. Today is going to be a phenomenal presentation, phenomenal message, lesson. So you definitely want to share. Take the time right now. And also, if you haven't, I'm about to check right now. There's a few of you all here. If you haven't yet, make sure that you like this video. I see 2 likes. There we go. There's a third one. I see 3 likes. Go ahead and like the video, okay? Appreciate all of you tuning in. Please give thanks and praise to the Most High right now. We will share it. We will read it for you. And we will enjoy what you're bringing forth together. All right. So did you have anything right now? You still? All right, cool.
Wait for you.
So we're going to have Adon come, and Adon Yamiyahu. He's going to give honor and praise to the Most High.
Shabbat Shalom, Mr. Carr.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'd like to give honor and praise to the Most High for peace of mind as always, for waking us all up on the Sabbath, to be able to keeping up the Sabbath, keeping up the Shabbat, set apart time. I'd like to thank the Most High for health, for great health, for peace of mind, understanding, giving us the peace of His wisdom, and the revealing of prayer and discernment, and just very thankful that He reveals things through prayer and through dreams and things of that nature. To just bring things out that we may have questions about or concerns, or just to want to change within ourselves, you know what I'm saying, things that we bring to the Most High. So I'm thankful for those things. I'm thankful for my leadership here at the Beulah Land, Chief Prince Israel, Prince Israel, and Nasi Rashid Shabbat. And just the Beulah family all together, bringing us all here, to fulfill His will for our lives and just please the Most High. And I'm thankful for that.
Very important. May the Most High be praised. Always giving Him the best of us. All praise be to our King from everlasting to everlasting. Is there anyone else?
Okay, I like the part when he said a piece of His wisdom, because we know the Most High's wisdom is unmatched, unheard of. To be honest, we haven't heard of all the wisdom that the Most High has, I'm sure, and unseen.
Neither could we contain it.
That's right.
Neither could we contain it.
Princess, I think you wanted to say something before I read off the next.
Yeah, you can read hers if you want, and I'll go.
All right. Shabbat Shalom, Geberit Autumn. We have Geberit Autumn says, I am eternally grateful for my mother's presence and energy during these past few weeks. Having that bonding time with her first grandchild is priceless, and the Most High protected her driving home to Ohio.
May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. That's good. I'm glad she made it back. She came here and showed out, y'all. But she stayed for like 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Man, look. With no pay. They ain't pay her. She called her job and said, hey, listen, I ain't coming back. And she stayed. But she got out of here yesterday, though. We didn't want her to leave, though, because she was like the bomb. Pristine. Very, very true. Everything, man. She was just the truth. More mothers should be like her. That's the type of mother she is. And I mean, at this time in my life and my experiences with her, More mothers should be like her. Yeah. No judgmental, no anger, no bitterness, no nothing. Just smooth sailing, calm spirit, collective, very helpful. She come in here and do her thing. She ain't got to ask you nothing. She ain't got to say nothing to you. She getting it done. She getting it done. Great mother. And a great grandmother for my son. May the Most High be praised. To the Rabbah. So with all that being said, I ain't got to thank you in my acknowledgement to the Creator, because I just gave you a whole lot of joy. May the Most High be praised. Let's move on.
All right, we got Aim Kater says, I'm thankful to the Most High for another opportunity to be with the family on Beulah. Thankful for his preservation and his loving kindness towards his children.
May the Most High be praised. Very good.
All right, Shalom. There's a couple of things I want to mention. In my thankfulness, I'm thankful to the Creator for our school, and for More Zakaria, who has been holding it down for the last 3 weeks through just the different things that where I couldn't be present as fully as I had been. And I'm thankful that we are literally about 2.5 weeks left of our school year. And it's definitely been a blessing, a growing experience. And we had our parent teacher conference yesterday. It went longer than we had expected, but it was very fulfilling for not just us as the administrators, but also for the educators and the parents. And in my opinion, of course, it brought us even closer as a family with, just spending that time and hearing each other out and being encouraging to one another as parents, as educators, as staff. We all believe in the mantra that it takes a village. And indeed, yesterday our village showed up in many ways and showed out. So I'm proud of everybody. And I'm just thankful that the Most High has given us this opportunity to do this together and to continue to do this and be the light that He told us we are. Secondly, I am super grateful to our sisterhood. Sisterhood is so important, just everything these last I would say this last month and a half we had about maybe 4 sisters in our circle have babies, and none of us are, well, I won't say none of us, but all of them are in different places. But the support that each one of them received from all the sisterhood in our sisterhood was amazing. And I could tell that through the words, through the energy that was pushed out, that all of them felt it. And that it's just, it's a beautiful thing when we can help one another when we're miles and miles apart, especially in those times. And one thing, I wanted to acknowledge too is that, yes, it is something newborns are a lot of work. And, I'm just thankful that I'm able to be here to help my sister wife with her first child. And yeah, all the reminders of what it takes to be up in the middle of the night and feedings and everything, and how important it is to have support, because you could just really lose it in certain ways because you're sleep deprived, you're hungry, you're tired, you're frustrated, all the different things that, go through your mind when you're trying to make sure your baby is taken care of and you still get rest at the same time. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful I just saw my brother Warren pop in. Hey, that's my little brother. Just thankful for, everything. But Toda Most High for allowing us to have this beautiful, strong sisterhood. And I pray that He continues to allow us to be there for one another, especially in our most vulnerable times. Zehru.
Hey, may the Most High be praised. May the Most High be praised. And it is important that we are together in our most vulnerable times. In times like these today, we're very vulnerable. I know a lot of us walk around with that confidence like we got it together. I know we do. But let me tell you, family, we ain't got it together. There's so much that's needed in our lives, so much needed in our personality, so much that we need. So much. What we have done and we have taught ourselves to be acceptance of what we have. And that's how we move for the most part. That's how we move. We just got comfortable where we are. Our desires are a whole lot greater than what we have and what we do and who we are. But our willingness and effort to put into becoming what we desire truly in our spirit, a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us lack that ability. Because we get comfortable, we get complacent, and our lives are so good to us in our present condition, we don't even imagine that there's a whole new life that's in store for us that we're supposed to be living. Whole much better life, a whole different type of life. We get complacent where we are, and really, okay, it's like this. There's a syndrome. I can't remember the name of the syndrome that their scientists have given to people who have been stolen or taken as slaves, captive.
Stockholm.
That's what it is?
Stockholm syndrome, when they like
that
to.
was it, but I thought I was wrong. I was thinking that was it, but I thought I was wrong. But that's exactly what it is. So now what happens is you be there so long, you get used to your oppressors treating you a certain way, and you don't ever want to leave. You think they're your friends. You get accustomed, acclimated to that new lifestyle. Long as you ain't dying and ain't causing you no real pain, you get accustomed to it. And you get comfortable there. But there's a whole different world waiting for you outside that belongs to you, but you don't even reach for it and grab it because you don't desire it. Your mind has been altered. Your way of thinking, even your desires and your passions have been altered. And that's where the majority of our people are today. We don't even think about leaving this land, going home to the land of Israel, for the most part. We don't think about the promises that the Creator gave us. We don't belong here. We were brought here as slaves, for the most part, the majority of us. I can't really say the majority of us, but for a lot of us, we were brought here as slaves.
Luckily, Prince.
Shabbat shalom, man.
Shabbat shalom, man.
She said Shabbat shalom.
Other than our original forefathers that was here, that predates the arrival of the Europeans and predate the arrival of the Indians, our forefathers was here. Research the history, family. We didn't all come over on the slave ships. So I just want you to know that. But a large majority of us came over on those slave ships and we got comfortable. We were oppressed for 400 some odd years and we got comfortable in this place. And we don't even think about going home. We don't think about helping each other. We don't think about loving each other, supporting each other. Many of us don't even think about the future of our children. Let me give you an example of what I mean. We just got children. We just got them. They're just here. We give them video games to pacify them. 2 and 3 years old, they got iPads, personal iPads in front of their faces while they're driving down the street in the cars, in the car seat, while you're cooking and preparing the food, while you're watching your favorite TV show. You give your children the iPads to watch. We have gotten so far away from our natural customs and natural order of things that which is right seems to be wrong. It seems to be too much, too complicated, too much in the way of what you have learned and have been taught is a reasonable lifestyle. We got to get away from that, family. We have to get away from that. And we got to return back into righteousness. We got to find our roots, go back to our roots, come together as a people to work as one and move forward. That's what we have to do. But I don't want to waste too much time talking about that right now. That'll probably be another class for another day. Right now, we're going to get busy. So, Nasib, did you go yet? You went, right?
No, we have a couple more people though.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Those that's tuning in, we see a few more people came in. If you could take the time, 5 seconds right now, make sure you like this video. It's 9 likes, and we had up to 21 people in here. If you can, just take that little moment and like it. We will appreciate it. Also, share it. Share it. It's going to be a powerful lesson, discussion today. I'm going to go ahead and read Zakena Laurel. And she says, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I am truly thankful for this community, families, friends, and for our compassionate Most High Creator for providing our needs and hearing our heartfelt prayers. Hallelujah. Just to breathe, see, walk, talk, smile, and fulfill the daily duties of life is indeed a great blessing. Todah, Most High. I lift up my hands in praise and honor unto the majestic sovereign of Israel.
May the Most High be praised. Todah Rabah.
All right. Go ahead, take. Okay. I see. Since I said that, 5 people liked it. Come on, we need about 7 more likes, you all. 7 more likes. Shabbat shalom for those that's coming. All right, I guess I will go, unless Aim Patel, you wanted to come, give honor and praise. Oh, you already did, didn't you? Okay, you already did. All right, I'll give. I want to give honor and praise to the Most High for allowing me to be alive. For my parents, of course, as my Ishai said, due to them, I wouldn't be present. Told out for my Ishai, told out for the elders of the shoulders that I stand on. Told out to mentor of mine, Chief Prince Zebulon Belev Hideki, Chief Elder of mine, Maurice Shalim. Told out for the spiritual leader of Temple Kefarym, Prince Yisrael, and those who assist in the building of the people. I think just life itself should give us peace, even in the midst of the chaos. And what I mean is just being alive, right? Being alive, we have an opportunity to change everything that we can to the best of our ability. And if we keep that, it will bring forth the gratefulness that we should have towards the Most High. So I'm just thankful for that understanding, and I'm thankful for all of you. All right. And with that, I yield.
Right. May the Most High be praised.
And come on, you got 24 people tuning in. We need about 9 more likes. 9 more likes. Told out for those of you that did like it.
And 9 more subscribers. May the Most High be praised. This is such a beautiful day. Y'all in for a treat today. Y'all gonna get some lessons today. We're gonna do some traveling. We're gonna talk about some things that you're not so accustomed to talking about. I want to point out one of the sisters that's here, Natalia Zion. Natalia Zion, and she's one of those sisters that I see quite often on Facebook that would really enjoy the second half lesson. She's like one of those activists for women's rights. It's her and another sister, Toya. They are activists for women's rights. So please join us back. At least you can stay for the first half, but the second half starts at 4:00, and we're going to be talking about some of the issues that women have with the Israelite men, or Israelite males, should I say. Part 2. That's part 2. We're going to be talking about that later on. But right now, we're going to get into the class called the Kingmaker. And I know y'all don't understand what that means right now. I know y'all don't. But we're going to talk about it. And we're going to elaborate on it, and we're going to discuss it. We have open discussions. So those who are on the side, you get to type in what you want to type. We'll post it, we'll read it, and we'll discuss it. When it's those types of conversations or questions, we'll bring it up. You might be the one to ignite the exciting moment of the day. You might be the one who puts up the memorial moment of the day. And we have to put a whole class based around the title that you put up. So may the Most High be praised. Now I got a couple things I like to thank the Most High for before we begin. You know what? Let me Bang go. I think he just came in with the family. One of the others. See if he want to
We got Zakana Sakari says, grateful to join today's opportunity to attend and listen to today's blessing. Torah.
Torah, may the Most High be praised.
Did any one of you want to give any honor, praise, thankfulness? That's what Press brought up. All right. He said, just give him a second.
Well, Emma, she must got 2 pages. She must got 2 pages. Because she be getting it in. She be going off on the brothers. But she be putting up some stuff. You know, she be a little violent. She do be a little violent. But she be putting up some stuff that you got to really, as a man, you got to really consider. You can't count her out. Some people put up some stuff, and you be like, this girl just hating on men. But she be putting up some stuff that really applies in our real life to a lot of men. Males, not men. Because men don't move like males. There's a difference. All right. And Sister Yoel just came in the house. Maybe she want to thank the Creator also. Give acknowledgement to this king. All right.
Out there.
Hello, everybody. I just want to thank the Creator for simply just waking up today, waking up on this beautiful, luscious green earth. I wake up to every single day. I'm grateful for my loved ones, my friends that I call my sisters and my brothers, my children, my Ish, and just life, just like itself. So, yeah.
All right. May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. Y'all do know we have a school. It's called Goshen Hebrew Academy at Temple Kefarym. I want to just acknowledge all of our help, our workers, our family that supports the school, all of you who work at the school and help the children to learn and be educated. My hat is off to you. May the Most High give you 1,000 blessings upon blessings. And most of the staff, most of the members of Beulah Land work at the school. I think all of them, all y'all, yeah, everybody work at the school. I'm talking about most of them. Everybody work at the school. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's community living. Now, that's community living. Everybody helps out and do their part. It's wonderful. It's a blessing. It truly is. We live in what Israel is only talking about. We live in it, and I'm grateful. But we live in a part of it. We still got a lot more to go. But we live in a part of it. And I'm grateful to be a part of that living lifestyle that the scriptures so dearly and correctly speaks on, and how we are supposed to be living in the land of our captivity. We're doing what we got to do, and we're grateful. All right. Was Azante moving forward, or should I go now?
Huba, he's coming.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Today I am thankful for life. I'm thankful for health. I'm thankful for my family, not just my immediate family, but I'm thankful for all my family here. I'm thankful for the Creator and His blessings. And today, I'm specifically just thankful to the Creator for your comfort in trying times. I'm just thankful for the Creator and His comfort in times where we're going through things we're going through and experiencing. And even when those times feel like we're experiencing these things alone, I'm just thankful for the Creator and how He continues to be a comfort, as He was to David in the wilderness, as He was to Job, as He was to, all those that we read about and those that wasn't even mentioned into the book, that He was still there for. So today I'm just eternally grateful for the Creator and His continuous comfort and the lessons and even the ways that He strengthens us. the ways that he will build us up, you know, whether that be situations, whether that be people, whether that be your children, whether it be, you know, just a new opportunity. You know, I'm just thankful for those things on today, but especially just the Creator, His Word, His comfort. And like I said, I'm thankful for my family here at Beulah. I'm just thankful for the things that I am learning at this current moment in my life.
All right. May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. Is there any in the side that we need to read?
No more thankfulness, but we have Natuya. Maybe I'm saying that right or wrong. All praises and honor to the Creator, family. And then we have Viata's Tiny House Village says, yes, you've got a strong village to raise healthy, conscious children. Hallelujah.
May the Most High be praised. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all these beautiful sisters on the screen. Wow. Most High been good to us. He has. I mean, it's just a pleasure, it's an honor, it's a beauty to see sisters that you know who are living this life like they're supposed to be. I mean, you know, it's not often that you can go down a list of people that's in a community and say, that person is great, 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 without you hitting a snag and saying, you know what, but I don't so much trust that one right there. I don't know about them. But we got it going on, y'all, and we got to acknowledge that we got it going on. Look at Ames sitting over there in the corner, all humble and meek. Look at her sitting over there. Boy, we got a special thing going on, y'all. We do. And I acknowledge it before the Almighty. Shabbat Shalom.
We got Yehuda Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom. I'm sorry, we need to head to the East Coast where the ships are.
That's great. That's great. And I totally agree with you. But while we're not there right now, what do we do in the meantime? We have to prepare a community for our people to live in. And eventually we'll get in that direction. I mean, but we can build these communities all the way down from here to the East Coast. And the purpose of that is so nobody's left behind. Each one who, see, this is the secret that a lot of people don't understand. Because that's exactly what we're doing. A lot of people don't understand that you build a community when they escape from the South to get to the North. They didn't run from the South to the North in one stroke. They went from one resting place to another resting place, to another resting place, to another resting place, to their freedom. You follow me? And that's what we have to do. So everybody who is of a like mind knows that we need to get back home to the land of Israel. Prepare that by building these places of refuge. As the Creator said, He will be a small sanctuary for us in the land of our captivity. And that's exactly what we got, 110 acres. That's a small space in comparison to all the Israelites that need to make it home. And then remember also that the Most High is only dealing with a remnant of a remnant. Everybody ain't gone. Everybody ain't gonna make it, but we gotta be prepared for when that time comes, which we can see the evidence that it's coming. Only a blind man can't see. And the only way he blind is because he blind in the mind, blind in the eyes, blind in the ears. That's the only way he blind. Only a blind man can't see. Now see?
And then, in addition to the wisdom that Prince brought forth, you got to remember what happens when we leave. Are we prepared to have structure, integrity, and move the way that the Most High wants us to move? Or are we going to repeat the same thing that our forefathers and them did in Mizraim, and from leaving from Mizraim in the wilderness when they got cut off because they weren't prepared? They wanted to leave, but they weren't prepared to leave. So we need to learn about accountability. We need to learn about leadership. We need to learn about all this stuff. We're located in Sparta, Georgia. He asked where we were located at, Prince.
Okay.
I'll pass the mic back to you.
All right. May the Most High be praised. Total Rabbah. That's right. That's right. We doing what we got to do to bring forth the treasures of the Most High to his people in this day and time. But I want y'all all to know, and I have to make this clear for everyone that's here and for those who may be watching this later after it's viewed, we're open to all of our people, participating, helping out, and being a part of what we're doing. Even if you don't want to leave the city, you can still help and participate in all the things that we're doing, right? So you can participate. Just befriend us some type of way, communicate with us some type of way. Leave your information so that we can contact you later. Whatever you need to do, we can keep this thing moving. But let's get on with our lesson. Well, hold up. Before the lesson, I want to thank the Most High for some things, because that's the part of the day that we're on. I want to thank the Creator for life, for health, for strength, for portions of his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, for him allowing me the ability to sit with you all today, to speak and to teach his people, for trusting me with that responsibility. And I pray that I never fail him, ever. I want to thank the Most High for allowing one of my Yeladim, one of my children, to graduate college the other day. I think that's number 5 with a college degree. 5 oldest besides 1, maybe 6 with a college degree in a row. I'm thankful. May the Most High be praised, because it's not often that Black families who have a lot of children, all of their children can go to school and get college degrees and keep it moving. But I'm thankful. I'm not bragging. I'm thankful to the Creator, because he made it happen, not me. The Creator made it happen. And I'm thankful. It's people say you got a big family, they don't expect much from you. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But I'm thankful. I am. And we're still moving forward. We're still worshiping the Creator to the best of our ability, in our own spaces, in our own times, and doing what we can to please the King. I thank the Creator for the birth and the beginning of life of another son for me. Kefarym ben Yisrael. Yeah, number 3. I'm thankful for that. Yes, I got it right. Number 3, that's the third one. Kefarym ben Yisrael. That's right. If I get a chance to get number 4, I'm going to get number 4. Whatever the Most High allow me to do, I'm going to do. People get mad at me for doing what I do. That ain't going to stop me from doing what I feel is right. I'm going to do what I do. I don't care you getting mad. That's your issue. Take it up with the Creator. So anyway, like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted for the 0 time, I'm thankful for that birth. And let me tell you, that birth was an experience. We went through, he came into this life fighting with the police, fighting with the government, fighting with the administration. And guess what? He prevailed through it all. He came out on top throughout all of those difficult situations. And I'm telling you, it was a war. It was a battle. As a youth, as a newborn baby, he came out the womb fighting against all this established system. And he prevailed. Thus far, he prevailed. We set records dealing with this government in the things that we've accomplished in this little 3 weeks of his life. So imagine the type of things we're going to do in the future. If he is a newborn, the Creator has brought blessings in our lives to allow us to prevail at such a young age. Imagine what he's being prepared to do in the future. I can't wait. It's exciting. It really is. And I don't know if a lot of people think of it that way, but I do. I see it that way. And I'm so grateful that the Most High chose us to bring forth his glory through. It's not that he hasn't chosen anyone else to work his glories through, but he chose us. We in that list. We in that community. We in that group. We in that portion. And I'm grateful and thankful because the Most High is truly with us. None of the things that we just done in these last weeks, from beginning to the end of it, none of those things would have been possible without the Creator's protection, blessing, and mercy. He provided everything that we needed. He made everything go the way that it was supposed to go for us to say thank you, Abby, and be proud about saying thank you for what he's done for us. Those of us who are part of the community and know a lot more of the intimate details of what I'm speaking on. So that which I'm sharing selectively, but I want you to know that the Most High is good. He's good. And you know, this when he does things like this, it just removes all doubt from your spirit, from your mind, from your essence. It just lets you know that he's right there and he's listening to you. He may not always give you what you want, but he definitely provides everything that you need. And when he provides what you need, he do it with an extra twist that you didn't even imagine. You'll be like, wow. And he takes it to another level and then brings you to understanding after it's all over so you can see what he did. So I'm grateful. Look at her sit there, ready to start crying. Thinking, look, rubbing her eyes, ready to start tearing up. Yo, man, it seriously, it was a great thing, man. It was a great thing. You know, it ain't often that you get your adversaries, those who work for your adversarial forces, to join up with you and say, you know what? We got you. We gonna make sure that happened the way it's supposed to happen. What y'all say y'all gotta do, what y'all say y'all need, and how y'all want it to be, the Most High works through people. What did he say? He's gonna work through your adversaries. He's gonna cause your oppressors to serve you. The Most High ain't no joke. He mean what he say. He's true to his word. You gotta be true to your word. Because when your test comes, you gotta be loyal to the Almighty and never ever give up the fight. No matter how hard it looks, no matter how difficult it appears to be, never give up the fight. And the Most High will bring you through victoriously. And I can say that because he's done that for me countless times in my life. Countless times. Listen, I'm going to tell you one little short thing, and then we're going to go ahead on. One time, years ago, I got locked up. Years ago. But even if it was yesterday, it wouldn't matter. It's the same thing. But I think this one was in 2004, 2005. I was arrested. And right? And what happened was I promised the Creator I was going to go to, at this time I was in church, y'all. But I was on my path to the Creator. I was on my path to the Almighty, you know, because we all go through our journey. And I was in church and I said to the Creator, when I first got locked up, he got me out on bail or something. I don't know. But I said to the Creator, I said, Creator, if you get me out of this one, I'm going to go to church at least twice a week. So he got me out. When I went to court, they threw the case out. Right? They threw it out. Go to court. Threw my case out. First week come. I did that for about a good 6 months, twice a week, about a good 6 months. The next month came when I wasn't able, I missed the first week, missed the second week. So I had to make it the next 2 weeks, right? Missed the third week. By that fourth week, I was back in jail. No doubt, no lying. By that fourth week, when I could no longer keep those 2 days out of the month, I was back in jail. Creator took me, and on the same case, they reopened the same case and took me back to jail. So either I'm a prophet or the Most High is really hearing my words and holding us to our covenant that we make with him. So anyway, like I was saying, this is the point I was trying to get at. They had me and offered me a deal. What I was talking about was how we get out of situations and let us know that the Most High's protection is with us. So in this one case, they offered me a deal. The deal that they offered me was 40 years in jail. If I lost my case, I was in jail for life. That's how I used to move out there in them streets, you know. I ain't like that no more. Don't think I'm a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm a good guy. But this particular situation, they offered me 40 years to life. No, let me back up. The deal was 40 years. If I pleaded, it gave me a deal for 40 years. But if I didn't plead and I went to court and I lost, y'all wouldn't be knowing me right now. I'd be gone. I'd have been in jail for life. That's how serious the crime that they called the crime was. I don't call it a crime. I called it honor. That's what I call it. You keep your word. You promise me something, you do it. So anyway, didn't happen that way. But when they offered me that deal, I said to the creator, I said, and now this was when I was on my journey to try to learn about the creator. I said to the creator, I said, all right, creator, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to give a deal and do 40 years in jail. But I also don't want to die in jail. So I'm going to leave this up to you. We're going to fight this. And I fought it. And that was the first time that I had a major case in jail. And I fought it. And I won. I was victorious. Completely unanimous, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Completely unanimous. Because the police came in lying. The witness came in lying. Everybody came in saying something other than the creator made them speak those words so that he will cause me to be victorious and come away from that situation completely unscathed. So I'm saying all this. I like to tell y'all a little stuff so y'all know little things about me, but that ain't the point where I'm saying it, because a lot of y'all are experiencing things probably on a lot less level in your own personal lives, and I'm trying to encourage you that when your life lays before you, now it was no reason for me to do anything but trust in the Creator, but when your life lays before you and that challenge is right in front of you, I was looking at losing my life in jail. So I had no choice but to say, Creator, I'm yours. And that's what I did. And I fought. He brought me through. So I'm saying the same thing to all of y'all. It might not be a prison sentence. It might be something on a much less scale, but to you, it's important, it's relevant. My life was important to me. But whatever it might be for you, I'm saying don't give up on the Creator. Because when your test comes, when your challenge comes, the Most High is going to be right there for you to bring you through, as long as you're living your life to the best of your ability to serve Him. Whatever level of understanding you're on, whatever level it is, as long as you're doing the best to what you understand, it ain't got to be right, but it's what you understand to be right. Whatever it is, if you're living in the purity of your soul to this King, He will bless and protect you as He takes you on your way to bring you to His fullness. And you got to understand that. I don't care what you call yourself, or however you living, or what you think you're living. The Creator is true to His word. Trust in Him, and He will reveal to you His power, His might, and His strength. So with all that, I say thank you. I'm so grateful the Most High has allowed me to be here today to speak with you all, to represent Him on a level of understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, to give you His messages of today so that we can all walk away from this giving Him praise. Whatever level of understanding you are in, nobody here is going to judge you. Nobody's here going to hold anything against you. Nobody here is going to accuse you of anything, because I was straight out there in my world, in my zone, until the Most High said, I'm ready for you, Prince. He's been protecting me all my life. And I'm sure all of you could say the same thing. We all have stories in how we saw no way out of this situation, but some kind of way we got out. And the Most High brought us out unscathed with the minimum amount of damage being done. I'm sure we all got our stories. So I'm telling mine at this time. That's all. May the Most High be praised. Maybe one week we'll give a whole class and just let everybody tell their story. But today I got mine off. And I'm so thankful. Yes, I was one of those guys out there in the street that you see in the news, that you hear about, that they never catch. I was one of those people. But I'm grateful that the Most High changed my life. He brought me where I am. He taught me about Himself. And now He made me a slave to the people. And I'm grateful. May the Most High be praised. Last thing I want to say, just for those who don't understand. With all the stuff I did out there in that world, with all that stuff I did, all that money I made, the Creator made me lose every dime of it. before he began to work with me. And I mean this honestly. He made me lose every dime of that hustle, that grind, and all that stuff I was doing in the streets. He made me lose every dime while I was incarcerated. And then when he brought me out, he built me up and took me in a whole totally different way. And that wasn't the first time. It might have been the second or third time he brought me out and he took me in a different direction. I would have to say the second time. Because the first time I got out, I was still doing what I was doing a little bit. Not as bad, but a little bit. But the second time I got out, things began to change. And I began to look in a different direction and do better. And now we're here today, giving thanks to the King. So here we are. And you know, the streets teach you a lot of things. I pray that the streets have humbled me and taught me humility, dedication, loyalty, commitment, and honor, and to walk in my integrity. So let's get started. We're going to get started. All right. Is there any questions before we start? Did anybody have a question before we get started? I don't know if we have any questions. No questions? All right. We're going to start our reading today in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41. I need a reader. Isaiah chapter 41.
If no one reads, I could read. I just got to pull it up.
Okay.
Any particular version?
You can read what version do you have? You can read the King James version if you have it. It don't matter. We're gonna rock and roll. Kingmaker. This is deep. This is deep. We're gonna talk a little bit about us, the people of Israel. You know, some of the things we've done to the Creator, some of the ways the Most High has blessed us, some of the ways we held ourselves back from receiving blessings. May the Most High be praised.
Verse 1.
Okay.
Isaiah 41. Yeshayahu 41:1. Keep silence before me, O islands, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment.
It says, keep to me silence. Let the people renew their strength. Let them approach. Then let them speak. See, there's a procedure that's being done there. First, you got to approach, and then you have the opportunity to speak. And if you don't approach to the Most High, how could you speak to the Most High? That's what a lot of people do. They wait for the Most High to come to them. They don't go to Him. And in all humility, what we have to do is acknowledge that the Most High is King. Go ask the Most High, seek the Most High, and see what He brings you. So they approach, and let's see what happens. Read on, please.
2. Who raised up the righteous man from the east, called him to his foot, gave the nations before him, and made him rule over kings.
You know that righteous man from the east that He's saying He raised up is talking about us, Israel. Us, the nation of Israel. And I think it said from the north, didn't it say? Read on, please.
He gave them as the dust to his sword, and as driven stubble to his bow.
He gave us as dust to the sword and as a driven stubble to His bow. He allowed us to be overcome. He brought us through all this hell and misery and pain and suffering to purify us and make us better. Think about all of our forefathers and our ancestors that had died at the hands of the oppressors for so long. Read on, please.
He pursued them and passed safely, even by the way that he had not gone with his feet. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning,
Who has done this? Calling the generations of this righteous people from the beginning of time. Right? Watch this. Who could do it other than the Most High? Read on, please.
I am the Most High, the first, and with the last, I am He.
I am He. When you see that word Anoki, Anoki is only reference to the Almighty, nobody else. Nowhere else in the scriptures do you see the word Anoki. Read on, please.
The isles saw it and feared. The ends of the earth were afraid, drew near and came. They helped everyone his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of good courage. So the carpenter encouraged the goldsmith, and he that smootheth with the hammer him that smote the anvil, saying, it is ready for the soldering, and he's fastened it with nails, that it should not be moved. But thou, Yisrael, art my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
Stop there for a second, please. I want to go back up to verse 5. It says the owls saw it. The owls, meaning all the people around, they saw it and they feared. The ends of the earth were afraid. They drew near and they came. They humbled themselves. Now watch this, what it says next. It says they helped everyone his neighbor, and everyone said to his brother, be of good courage. Think about this for a minute, family. The point that I'm bringing out emphasis on is that when the owls saw the oppression, the danger, the suffering of their people, it brought them together closer. When do you know that our people, the black men, other than the ancient times, when do you know our people was closely united, worked together as one, worked uniformly, helped each other, protected each other? When in our history has that happened? Can anybody answer? No answers? Any suggestions? Okay, if you can't answer, I'll give you when that happened. Our people was more united when we were being whipped, when we were being beaten, when we were being tortured, when we were being oppressed. Now we have a little bit of what they call freedom, a little bit of what they call equality, and look what happened to the division. Look how it has happened within our people. As long as that oppression was coming and strong on our necks, we were unified. We were as one. But now, as soon as they give us a little bit of freedom, a little bit of opportunity, they turn the women against the men against the women, the children against the parents. They turn brothers against brothers and sisters against sisters, to the point now where the average black man that dies in the streets of America, the average is killed by another black man. That didn't happen when we was underneath of the whip. That didn't happen when we was being hung and loose. Not that I ever wish for those days to come back again. But oppression does something for people. Oppression, it builds a family tie and family bonds, and it makes us consolidate, work together, uplift each other, help each other, protect each other. Oppression does this to us. And whenever you see things going too easy, things getting lackadaisy, you can see where people are being selfish. We separate. There's no order. There's no structure. Every man, every woman is doing what's right in their own mind. That's what happens to us when oppression lifts up off of us. Think about it for a moment. When we left Egypt, we was running for our lives. We had order, we had structure. We wasn't perfect, but we had order and we had structure. We looked out, we took care of, and we were responsible. The moment that Moshe died, he left Yahushua in charge. The moment that Yahushua died, what happened to our people? We went crazy. And we haven't recovered yet. We only gotten worse today. Our people in one of the worst conditions today. We experience more freedom than we've ever experienced in this part of history, in this land, other than our original ancestors that came way before the white man or the Europeans. Way before them, they had great freedom. But us that was brought over here on the slave ships, the majority of us that was brought over here on the slave ships, we've never experienced the freedom and the liberties that we have right now. But what it has done was made us a worse people. We can't stand the sister that we sit next to, the brother that lives right next door to us. As we walk down the streets every day and pass other people of our own people, we mean mugging. We got to look strong to them. We got to be nasty to them. People come into our communities, and what we do, we turn our backs on them as opposed to extending a hand, a helping hand. But all the other nations don't do that to their people. You know why they don't do it? Because they didn't experience what we have experienced to make us the way that we are. But what I see, and I know that you can see it also, the Most High is bringing those days back. The oppression is coming back, just in a different form. Why do you think he's bringing that oppression back? To bring us back together. If we don't get it right now without that oppression is coming. Because the Most High is going to have his way. If he has to drive us back together, then the oppression is going to fall down on us hard. But if we could work in our minds, just begin to work together as a people, to help each other, to unite, to look after each other. Like my Isha got up here and she said, all the sisters are having babies or have babies in the community, even our extended community, and she loved the sisterhood bond, how each one is helping each one. That's the beginning of us returning back as a people. That's the beginning process of that. We got to fix this. If we don't fix it, the Most High is going to do it his way. He will prefer we do it our way. And our way is less invasive as possible. We don't want them bringing down a hammer upon our heads again, upon our necks, raping our women, stealing our children. Although they already are stealing our children, that's another part that we need to come together, because if we had a community right now, less of our children would end up missing every day. We got our own schools. Only the adults go out for the shopping. What would the children have to leave the community for? Why would they have to leave our sight? They wouldn't, because we provide for them their security, their safety, and the brothers walk around the land prepared for intruders. If they come in, they got to, oh, where you coming from? You don't come past that gate. Go back down there. You just don't pop up on the land unless you do it. And we got protection there as well. We try to, with our animals that stand around and watch the way, the roadsides, and we try to prepare the best we can. But the point I'm saying is that we have to be prepared so that the Most High don't have to put us in preparation. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If we show the Creator that we can do this without the punishment, the suffering, and all the pain that usually unite us, if we can show him that we can do this with a pure spirit, then he don't, all this stuff that they're talking about, they'll receive it, but we won't. We'll be unscathed, just like we were in Goshen. The curses that fell upon Egypt didn't bother us. The curses that took them out didn't come into the land of Goshen, where we dwelt. It was for them. We can have that all again. But right now, so many of us are amalgamated in their religions. We call ourselves everything under the sun except the servant of the Most High. We're amalgamated with their mindset, the European Western thought. We think like them, we act like them, and we're making it so hard for the Most High to make us kings. Do y'all understand? Because a king is sovereign. Nobody tells a king what to do. Nobody commands a king. No one. We are that. But we have to earn that right. We have to earn our way back. And we're not going to do that by having Western thought and Western ideals in our population and our communities. We have to go back to the ways of the ancient days and incorporate that in our structure, in our government, in our lessons, so that we will know how we are truly supposed to be. Read on, please.
Verse 9. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant. I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
Now watch this. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof. What does that mean? I know a lot of times we read things, but we really don't look deep into the meaning of these things. He called us from the chief men of the earth. That means that we are kings and queens. We come from royalty. We come from what they call Elohim, gods on earth. And a lot of us don't understand that. So if truly, in fact, you are a God on earth and you rule and you're a king, where's your kingdom? Do you walk yourself with that understanding of royalty? There's another word that I'm looking for, how people conduct themselves. It's a people of nobility, of royalty. It's a word that I'm looking for that I can't think right now.
Integrity.
What?
Integrity.
Well, integrity is not the word. Majesty, majestic. You know how you walk with a majestic spirit about you that sets apart you from everybody else? People just feel your aura. People can just feel your presence. Where's your majestic personality, spirit? Where is it at right now? Because a lot of us, we don't represent that. But yet that's what we are. The Creator says that he called us, he brought us from the chief men of the earth. Not just any old man, but the best of the best of the best is what the blood is that runs through your loins. But do you conduct yourself like that? Or do you conduct yourself in a manner where you're just trying to fit in with everybody else? The Creator is making kings and queens out of us if we but listen and do his will. But what is it that you want for yourself? Because a person can only give you what you are willing to accept. How do you see yourself? Just a regular person? Just somebody to get along? Don't allow the world to twist your mind up and think that to think highly of yourself means you have a mental disorder, because it doesn't. You think you're a God? Live like a God. Produce a godly nature. Whatever your understanding of God being is, that's who you should be. How can you think that you're a God, but you act like a devil? How could you think like a God, but then act like a demon? If, sisters, you think you're godly, you think you're majestic, you think you're righteous, then you should be demonstrating that to the world today. Every word you speak, every action you do should be demonstrating that to the world. Brothers, you think you godly, you think you righteous, then you should be demonstrating that through everything that you do. Everything. All of your action, all of your being should be saying that. You know why? Because the world is watching. They're carefully scrutinizing you to see if you are what you profess to be. They know who you are, but you don't know. Read on, please.
Verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. O Elohim, I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Do you know what that means? That's a promise of the Creator unto us all. He says, fear not, because I got your back. A lot of us, we look for ways of building up and securing for our future. But the best way to build up and secure for your future is by putting all that you have into the Creator. He is your strength. The Most High is your strength. Read on, please.
Behold, all thee, verse 11, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish.
All those people that came against you. And don't think that the Creator is just talking about the Egyptians, the Babylonians. The Father's talking about in our modern day and time. All those people who spoke ill about you, and a lot of those people look just like you. Everybody who called themselves Israel is not Israel. Don't never get it confused. You will know Israel by Israel's spirit, by Israel's desire to please the Creator. You will know them. But a lot of people come up against you, secretly hating you in their mind, but yet befriending you physically, pretending to be one of you. The Most High hears things that you don't hear. He sees things that you don't see. And a lot of times people are being removed from our presence because they were destructive toward the process that the Most High had in place. But, oh man, I miss my friend. And he really wasn't your friend. He was an agent for those people trying to hurt and harm you, to hold up this process. Now I'm going on a different level, but a lot of people just got attitude problems about us. They think you're too good. They think you somebody that you're not. They speak ill and wickedness about you. Why am I saying all these things? Because I need to let you know how special you really are. How sacred you are to the Creator. He pulled your blood from royalty. Sacred men, great women that lived in the ancients of days. You are now their offshoot or their progenitors from them many years ago. How are you going to represent them today? What are you going to do different than the people that live next door to you that don't worship the Most High? How are you going to be different? Let's go back to the scriptures and see what the Father calls us and talks about us and how he uplifts us, even when we don't do it to ourselves. He will fight our battles for us if we just give him the best of us.
12. Thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught.
All those people who try to destroy us will be as nothing. Think about this for a minute, like in the ancient days. The Midianites, where are they? Who are they? People still arguing right now about Esau, who Esau is. The Philistines, where are the Philistines at today? Where that great nation at today? All these people who have fought us and tried to destroy us, Moab, where they at today? All these people who have fought against us and tried to destroy us in the ancient days, the Most High has found a way that over time he blotted them out. Same thing today. The European man's hand has been on us hard for a long time. Ever since the days of slavery. I read a post the other day, of a gentleman who lives in California. And in his post, he says, I have not seen as many homeless Europeans in my life, and I'm 30 years old, as I'm seeing today. For a long time, they lived on high. The Creator's bringing them down. Their population is not replenishing. I mean, you got to be able to see the power of the Most High as he makes your enemies disappear. Now, I'm not saying that all Europeans are evil and wicked. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the majority of them fit the bill that the Most High is speaking of. And if you look at them as a nation, collectively, they're not regenerating in the earth. Their women just are not having children fast enough to repopulate from the death rate that they're falling off. A lot of them who used to be rich are now being broken and exposed, and they're seeing what it's really like in the real world They can't take it and they kill themselves. A lot of them are homeless now who used to live in mansions. Now they're living in tents in the streets of California and in other places throughout the earth. Look in your neighborhoods and your communities. You will see that there are more Europeans today that are homeless than there were just 5 years ago. But the Europeans are not our only oppressors. All the nations round about us had us in division, all of them, and they're all going to meet their fate. We have to remain strong in the Most High because the Most High is bringing back our kingdom once again. Read on, please. This is all prophecy being fulfilled. It's being played out before our faces, but we are so entrenched for the most part. We are so entrenched in the European concepts that we can't even see the Most High's hand working right before us. We can't even see it. Now, nobody wishes hurt, harm, or danger upon another man intentionally. But if that man keep his hand upon your neck and he won't let you get up, what you supposed to keep wishing that he lives? Keep wishing that he keeps his hand on your neck? Keep wishing that he survives so that you can suffer? Would you keep wishing that? Only a fool teaches you that. The Most High don't teach you that. Most High say an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That's what the Most High says. We have to understand, family, that a lot of things that are about to befall this world is going to be real ugly. It's going to be real ugly. It's going to be unlike anything that's ever happened before. And it's going to happen real soon. So you yourself have to get yourself in a place of sanctity where the Most High can protect you. These cities are about to crumble. A lot of people don't understand that because they see population flourishing. They see so many things happening in society, new buildings going up. They just got a new job. They making money. That's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. What are the Europeans doing? The people who really call the shots, what are they doing? They are traveling to outer space. They're traveling to inner earth. They're going to all these different places to try to escape the calamity that the Most High is bringing because they see it. They're just not letting you know about it. And you're not included in their elite group because you're the reason why they're suffering right now. They're trying to escape the wrath of the Almighty. They know it's coming. They know it's coming. They're trying to escape it. And you're trying to be like them. Rather than taking advantage of this time and showing the Creator that He don't have to bring down the wrath on us and get ourselves together collectively, work together, live together, build together, help each other. Instead of doing that, we're still individualized. Oh, I got my community over here. He got his community over there. They got their camp and their community over there. We need to bring all those resources together, work together, build together, and help to protect each other. There's more strength in numbers than there are in separation and individuality. I don't care what kind of gun you got. They got, we got our little school. We got AK-47s. We got shotguns, rifles. We got handguns. We got swords. We prepare. We prepare for the war, but you're not prepared because the European man is not prepared the way that you think he is. The European man has psychological warfare that's taking place. He has biological warfare that's taking place. He has nanobots that will come into your community and destroy a certain individual. All they got to do is program that nanobot for that destruction. They got lasers out in the atmosphere that laser, they're pinpointed at a certain community and burn the whole community up without them losing one life. What man on earth can prepare for a war like that? Our strength is in the Creator. He is the King Maker. We have to turn in direction of Him for His protection. You think COVID was something? COVID was nothing. It was a test run. COVID was nothing but a test run. What's about to take place, the devastation that's about to come, oh man, you're going to see some things that you never heard of. And don't think that some things are not already here because they are. Look up in the sky in the middle of the day. What's all them things up in the sky, them chemtrails that they putting out? Go out sometimes in your house in the middle of the day, early in the morning. Why is your car green? Oh, that's the pollen in the air. Pollen ain't that thick. Why is the ground green? Why is the sidewalks green? Why is the rooftop of my house green? It's them chemtrails that they put in the sky in the middle of the night so that you don't see it. You can see the tracks of it the next morning when you come out. All of them across the, they're trying to block out the sun. They're trying to prevent the Creator's glory from shining through, but they can't. But you got to be up underneath the Creator's umbrella for that protection, because that time is coming and you still sleep. A lot of us are still asleep. That time is coming. That destruction is near. That's why we got to build these communities, righteous communities. Because when I started off this lesson, I started off by talking about how the Creator had allowed us to be victorious when we thought there was no way to be victorious because we was going up against this system. But the Creator brought us out on the end victorious. When all this hell break loose, so many people going to be scrambling, running, shaking, don't know what to do. But those who trust in the Most High will come out unscathed because He is our protector. But you can't see that right now. Creator willing, in the future, you will be able to see it. Read on, please. Read on.
13. For I, the Most High, your power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will
Fear
help.
not, I will help thee. And with the Most High's help, you can't lose. Read on, please.
Fear not, thou worm Yaakov, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, says the Most High, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
So who do we put our trust in? Who do we put our trust in? When you walk with Prince, you're not walking with Prince, you're walking with the Almighty. And you have to see it as such. When you walk with your spiritual leader who is organizing and structuring something for your future, I'm not talking about the ones on the podium, even on a Shabbat day, they just talk, we reading the same old thing. We've been doing the same old thing for 30 years. My father and my father's father, we doing the same old thing. Sing some songs, make people feel good. Shabbat is over. You take a couple dollars, they go home, pay some bills until next week. We're not talking about that. We're talking about those spiritual leaders who are preparing something for your future. A place of sanctuary. Something that you can have children and feel safe, allowing your children to roam free. This is the type of stuff we're talking about. This is what it must be. Read on, please. Let's see where we at.
15. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small.
And you know what the mountains is symbolic of, right? Anybody know what mountains is symbolic of? I'm going to tell you what mountains is symbolic of. Governments. Established governments. Men of high stature. Men who really call shots. And the Most High said, you're going to run through them. Read on, please. And you're going to beat them small and make them small, the hills and chaff. You're going to tear them up. You, Yisrael. Read on, please.
And thou shalt make the hills as chaff. 16. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Most High, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Most High, will hear them. I, the Elohim of Israel, will not forsake them.
What am I saying to you, family? It's going to take times like that to bring us together. It's going to take hardship, suffering, and pain to bring us together, but it doesn't have to. We can do it right now with our right minds. While we can see the warning, the handwriting is on the wall. The handwriting is right there. So he's saying, now is the time, O Israel, gather yourselves together. We can see that. We don't have to wait till there's no water. We don't have to wait till there's no food. We don't have to wait till the oppressor's at our gate. We can do it right now. We can be those kings that the Most High has for us to be right now. Watch this. Read on, please.
18. I will open rivers in high places and fountains in the midst of the valleys. I will make the wilderness a pool of water and the dry land springs of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, the shittim tree, and the myrtle, and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir tree, and the pine and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Most High hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel hath created it.
You see what he say? He says, I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, the shittim tree, and the myrtle, and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir tree and the pine, and the box tree together. He's going to bring all them trees together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together, unity working together, that the hand of the Most High has done this. The Holy One of Israel had created it. He did it. And all glory, all praise, and all honor must be given unto him. Read on, please.
21. Produce your cause, saith the Most High. Bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Yaakov.
Saith the King. Say it with your chest. You know what I mean? Say it with some authority when you talk about this King. Saith the King of Israel. What he's saying, family, is this. All of those who talk about their gods and talk about their gods is the creator, he's saying produce and prove it. Show us that all this stuff you talk about, your deity that you serve, that you worship, show that he's worthy of praise. The Most High is about to challenge every one of them. Watch what he says. Read on, please.
22. Let them bring them forth and show us what shall happen. Let them show the former things, what they be, that they may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come.
Now, what do you mean by all that? Let them show the former things and declare the things to come. What book of all these religions that all these people under the sun walk after, worship and serve, and I would lay it on the line. I say all of them. Egyptologists. I say Islam. I say Christianity. I say Buddha. I say Hindu. I say all of them. Which one of their books has contained prophecies of things to come, and those things have came, and we see that it was written in their book and is real? Which one? Which one of them books contain prophecies that we can see that their God that they serve, and I say God because that's what deities, they're deities. Which one of those books has prophecies that we can see today that has really happened? All through the Tanakh, there's prophecies. All through the Tanakh. Matter of fact, one of the most powerful prophecy is the prophecy that allowed every one of us to awaken. And that's Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. That's one of the strongest prophecies that we see, the calling of the children of Israel back to the knowledge of the Most High. And so on and so on and so on. His prophecies are being revealed daily. He talks about it daily. But those other books don't do that. These other deities that these people serve don't do that. There is no comparison to the Almighty. He has no likes. But the only way that he can really work through you to make you that king, as he say he's going to make you, or that queen that he says he's going to make you, is by your obedience to him. Not joining yourselves in Western thought. Not joining yourselves with the religions of the other nations. But walking in the truth of the Almighty, in the oneness of the Most High. Allow him to be your protector, your shield, and allow him to feed your soul. Read on, please.
23. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are gods.
He
Yeah.
says, let them show the things that are to come hereafter. That means make them prophesy of something to come in the future. Read on, please.
Yeah, do good or do evil, that we may be dismayed and behold it together.
Let
Behold,
them prophesy of them doing something good. Let them prophesy of them are doing something evil, that we may all see it and say, hey, you know what? They right. That amazes me. Read on, please.
24, behold, ye are of nothing, and your work of naught.
What he said they were? What did he not see? What he said they were? They were what?
Ye are of nothing.
You're nothing. You're nothing. And the people who worship you are asleep, are wrong. They are in illusion, delusional. They think that this tree that they have graved with their hands, and then when they got cold, they cut it up and put a foot in fire for wood. They think that that tree can help them. That graven image, they believe, can bring them salvation. So they pray to it. They dedicate their lives to it. They got an idol for every day. You know, a lot of people don't know this about Islam, but let me tell you a little bit about Islam. Islam in its purest form is not what I'm talking about. But Islam today is what I'm talking about. When Muhammad went into Mecca in the ancient days, they had a place that they called the Kaaba, where they housed in Mecca. He went into the Kaaba. This is when he first began, as they say, to get revelation. He went into the Kaaba, which was their house where they worshiped their deities. And I said that with an S. He went into the Kaaba, and this was right after he supposed to have gotten the revelation from Jibril. Jibril, being translated, is man of the Creator. So right after he got his first revelation, he went into the Kaaba, and they had 360 statues, and he destroyed all of those statues except one. And that one statue that he left was called Alat. Alat is the actual name that they call it today, Allah. It's the same image, the same statue. It also was an image that they worshipped. They called them the daughters of their deity. That one statue was the one that he allowed to exist after he destroyed all the rest of them and said, we're not going to worship all these deities no more. We're just going to worship this one. But it was still an image. It was still a statue, which made all the difference. Islam in its purest form, and that's why I had to create the distinction between the two. And I'm going to say this to you, and I hope it's not over your head. I hope you all understand. Islam in its purest form is very close to the way that we worship the Almighty. Even, matter of fact, even some of the words in the Islamic truthfulness of Islam is just like the words we have here in Hebrew. One of those words being a word like Aloha. Aloha is Elohim in its singular form. Aloha. Now, if you take out the vowels of Aloha, what do you get? Now, see, could you answer that for us? If you got the word Elohim and take it to its primary root, its base root, you get the word Aloha. Take the verbs out, and what do you get?
So I'm gonna say Allah.
That's exactly what you get. See, so they even gravitated toward that in their ancient customs and teachings and traditions. Because remember, according to what they say, Muhammad was taught by Gabriel. They call him an angel. But Gabriel means man of El, or man of the Most High. You understand? So if he learned from a Hebrew man, then who else would he know to teach the people about except the Hebrew power? Not only that, when Muhammad was facing persecution, and running from his people because they wanted to worship all of those images. And Muhammad said, no, we ain't supposed to do that. There's only one power we supposed to worship. They began to persecute him and they tried to kill him. So he ran. You know where he ran to? To the Hebrews. He lived amongst us for many years. And then he went back to his own people. And he tried to teach his people about the Hebrew way of life, but a twisted version to his people, for his people to live, because he knew they wasn't Hebrew. Do y'all follow me so far? Well, he knew they wasn't Israelites. I can't go as far as to say that they wasn't Hebrew, because if Edom is Ishmael, then yes, they would be Hebrew. You follow me? But they won't be the chosen seed, the Israelites. But when he went back to his people, he went back and he taught them about the people of the book, being us. So all throughout the Quran, it speaks about the people of the book. And then he gave them rules and regulations and laws that they were supposed to live by. Do you know that the original Muslims kept the Shabbat day on Shabbat, on Saturday? A lot of people don't know this, but they kept the original Shabbat day. Now they do it on Friday. They changed it because once Muhammad was rejected, Muhammad changed things. He went back and he changed the original order that they had it. But in the Quran, until today, in the Arabic tongue, it still says, if you want to be holy, keep the Sabbath. So they had to alter the Shabbat and they moved it to Friday instead of on the last day, Shabbat. Muhammad went back and he changed some things. And now in the Quran, some of the distinct differences, if you look at their history, their understanding, and look at the Israelite way of life, you will see that it's a very good comparison about how they lived. Some of the words in Arabic are very much similar to the words in Aramaic and the words in Hebrew, like Abba. They call them Ibn. You know, in Arabic, Ibn means father. There's a whole lot of words. Aim. Aim is the exact same word as the Hebrew word for mother in Hebrew. These are Arabic words. These are Hebrew words. They show you a little bit of a relationship there. But when he gave them their laws, he changed a few things. Maybe he forgot because he was a man. Maybe he forgot some of those things. Like, for example, they can eat camel. Camel is a delicacy to the Islamic people. But to us, we can't eat camel. We can't eat camel. But in the Islamic culture, it's a delicacy. It's something that you pay a lot of money for. It was a delight. It was a pleasure. It was a treat. But to us, it's forbidden. It's tamah. It's unclean. Something that we shouldn't eat or partake of. So when he went back, he gave it to his people. His people took what was for them. They ran with it. But I will say this, and I have to acknowledge this. I have to take my hat off to them. They're doing a much better job at what they believe in than what we're doing and what we believe in. A Muslim will kill you, take your life for disrespecting their power. They will kill you for disrespecting their lifestyle. Most Muslims will stick together stronger, harder, and longer than the average Israelite. There are Muslim communities that I know of personally here in the PA, Pennsylvania, that when these people, these few Muslims got together and went to build a community, right? The other Muslim people who had money donated millions of dollars to build that community for those people that they didn't even know. They don't even have to know the people. They didn't even have to go to the place. They wasn't concerned with none of that because they understood that it was for the sake of Islam. And that means a lot to them. They got a lot of respect from me because of the way that they move. I don't have to agree with what they do. I have to agree with what they say or what they believe in. But as men and as women, they get my respect. If you look at the average Muslim woman, and I'm talking about the Islamic woman that's living that life for real, you will never see her with pants on. You will never see her with tight clothes and fitted shirts like you see a lot of our Hebrew women today. A lot of our Hebrew women is a disgrace before the Almighty in their appearance. It's so bad that an Israelite woman will wear a ketonet, a nice guard top with those leggings on, with her butt exposed, and her leg, those pants that's real tight around your legs, and they'll think that there's nothing wrong with it. Who's the judge? Who's to control you? That's how far we go. But you'll never see that with a true Muslim sister. A true Muslim sister will always be garbed up and clothed properly. I'm not talking about a lot of these black folk who pretend to be Muslim today. There are some of them who are right and devout and who are on point. But there's a whole bunch of them that do not dress the part. So there are a lot of things about their culture, their way of life, that I have to respect because they still hold true to the principles. In Islamic countries, if you're homosexual, you're killed. They will cut your head off. See, there's a lot of things to respect, but that don't mean that they're worshiping the Almighty for the most part. Some of them are. A lot of them are. They understand the ancient ways, and they're on point. But the majority of them is just Quran thumpers and know nothing about the truth. Nothing about the truth. Just like a lot of Hebrews, a lot of Israelites do not understand the truth of the Almighty. And if we did, we would be building more communities. We will be helping more of our people. When somebody had a baby, we will all contribute and try to help out to support that child in life, support that family in life, and participate and be proud about what we don't do that though in this culture. Oh, Prince Kaz had a baby. Oh, that nigga. About time, the old fart. Why he still doing that? That's how we do. Instead of understanding that it's about the culture. It's about elevating people in the proper mind state. Those Muslims who donated those millions of dollars to that community to see that community successful, that will never happen in Israel. Oh, in Israel, we see there's those guys over there. That's those guys over there in Butterland doing that. We ain't got no part in that. Why? Because we ain't running nothing. We ain't there. We can't say nothing. None of that plays a part in when you talk about the culture being strong, the culture being alive. You don't have to agree with what we say. You don't even have to move with what we move. But you know that we're Hebrews. And you know that we are doing this thing for the glory of the Most High. So therefore you should support. But we don't. We don't. We don't. See, there's a thing called idolatry, and then there's a thing called a difference. In idolatry, people are worshiping pagans, idols, false deities. Well, you don't want to support those things when people are worshiping false deities. You don't want to support those, and I understand. But nobody could ever say because we don't live like they live and believe what they believe that we're practicing idolatry. Because we worship who their God worshiped. That's the level we on. We worship who their gods worship. They worship their God, and their God worship our Creator. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So therefore, it will be no harm for them to support what we're doing. Because what we're doing is what their God teaches them to do. To support those who worship their God's God. And that's who we are, the people of the Most High. But Israel is supposed to be helping Israel. And we don't. They don't. We don't help ourselves. We should. We got to stop talking bad about ourselves, first of all. We got to stop disrespecting ourselves. We got to understand that we need to learn to love ourselves. And by loving ourselves, we love our people. I pray that y'all understand that. To truly love yourself shows that you love your people. You couldn't harm or hurt what you love. And that's something that we have to understand. Now, Sika, you ready?
Okay, Animokan. 24. Behold, ye are of nothing, and your work of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you. I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come from the
There you
rise.
go. That's the one I was talking about. I have raised up one from the north. Who's in the north? Read on, but I will leave that alone. Y'all go find it out on your own. Read on, please.
And he shall come from
Uh-huh.
the rising of the sun.
From the rising of the sun.
Shall he call upon my name.
Oh, wow. So this one that he's going to raise up is going to be loyal and faithful to the Almighty. Is that right? Read on.
And he shall come upon princes and upon mortar and
He
of
should
the
come
potter.
upon princes and upon mortars as the pot of tread of clay. He's going to be successful. He's going to tear them down. He's going to tear them up. Who is that he's talking about? Read on, please.
26. Who hath declared from the beginning that we may know, and before time that we may say he is righteous? Yeah, there's none that showeth. Yeah, there's none that declareth. Yeah, there's none that heareth your words. The first shall say to Zion or Sion, Behold, behold them, and I will give to Jerusalem one that bringeth good tidings. For I beheld, and there was no man, even among them, and there was no counselor, that, when I asked of them, could answer a word. Behold, they are all vanity. Their
They
works
all
are
what?
nothing.
They all
Vanity.
what?
Vanity
Vanity. Their works
are
are,
nothing.
so their works are moot, nothing. Their molten images are wind and confusion. So what that means, the Father's trying to tell us, is all these religions under the sun is all vanity, the works of man's hands. It will profit them nothing in that time. But you know, while a lot of people stay wrapped up in these religions, let me share something with you. Well, first of all, I mean, I don't like to say that. Every time I say that, I say I don't like to say that. So why do I keep saying it? Let me correct myself. All these religions under the sun talk about us. Y'all know that? All the religions under the sun talk about the children of Israel because they acknowledge that we are the Most High's people. They can't write their books without talking about us. So that's the beginning of the subject. Second of all, when the Most High sees you, he knows your end in your beginning. So when you were first born, he knew where he was taking you to, but you had to receive that and accept that in order for him to take you to it. So he takes you through these different houses, and all of these houses are all houses of his. All these houses are different religions that the Most High brings you through to get you to where he wants for you to be. So even if you practicing Christianity and you're the best Christian that you can possibly be, the Most High will bless you. If you're practicing Islam and you're the best Islamic man that you can possibly be, the Most High will bless you. Whatever you are into, and you are being the very best at it that you can possibly be, because if you think about it, all these religions teach you the basic principles off of the Torah. They don't teach you all the dietary laws to the degree that they do, but when it comes to love, when it comes to honorability, protection, and mercy, and kindness, and truth, all those religions teach those things, which give us the basic principle to prepare our soul to meet our Maker. So therefore, the Most High will bring you steps through all those different ways of life until he gets you where he wants you to be, which is right here, where we at right now. A lot of Israel don't understand today, but we are the echelon of echelonity. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We are the echelon of echelonity. You can't get any better or higher or greater than to be a child of the Most High. But with that title and with that position comes more responsibility. And that's where we make our mistake. Because a lot of us don't hold ourselves accountable to the true essence of what the Most High is teaching us. You can't get no closer to the Most High on this earth than where we are as the children of the Most High. Can't get any closer. All those religions are just stepping stones to get you to your true identity of the children of Israel. You don't understand what I'm saying? Watch this for a minute. If you think about it, you go to these churches today, most of these black churches are all waking up to the truth. Most of them are teaching now that they are the children of Israel. They're teaching their people in these churches that they are the children of Israel. Why? Because they're making their progression up to us where we are today. They still hold on to the Christian deity. They still hold on to a lot of Christian doctrine, but they are teaching that you are the children of Israel. Eventually, they will let all that go. They will let all that go, and they will come into the oneness of the Most High. This is a fact. But you got to be able to see. You got to be able to know, and you got to be able to understand that they're all are pointing right to you. And now you're here, but what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? Let's do this. Let's do this. Our next reading has to come out of the book of Psalms, but it looks like I need a reader until Nasik gets back.
Would you like for me to read it?
Okay, excellent, great, wonderful. Thank you. You are so kind and so understanding and patient. Thank you. Psalms chapter 89. Oh, Nasik is returning. Psalms
Okay.
chapter 89, verse 1. Now, this chapter here is still about king making, still about the Most High making kings. Read on, please. Nasik, you with me?
Forgive me.
Okay, here we go.
Give me a second. What Psalms chapter what?
89. Psalms 89 and 1.
Psalms 89 and 1 reads, Maskil of Ethan the Ezraite. I will sing of the mercies of the Most High forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever.
With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations.
With his mouth, he will make known the faithfulness of the Most High to all. How's he going to do that when he's not going to live in all generations? He's going to do it by putting it in a book, by leaving something behind for future generations to come. And here we are reading it today. And he passed away thousands of years ago. He has been true to his word. Read on. Let's see what the Most High has to say to him.
For I have said, mercy shall be built up forever. Thy faithfulness shalt thou establish in the very heavens. I have made a covenant with my chosen.
Read on.
I have sworn unto Dawid, my servant. Thy seed will I establish forever and build up thy throne to all generations. Selah.
He says, I have made a covenant with my chosen and have sworn unto Dawid, my servant. Thy seed will I establish forever and build up thy throne to all generations. The throne of Dawid is still in the earth. Still in the earth. That means that even though Dawid passed many years ago, his seed is still here in the earth. You know, the same thing is hold true about prophets. Same thing holds true about Kohanim. The seed of those sanctified holy ones, chosen ones of the Most High, are still in the earth. Read on, please.
And the heavens shall praise thy wonders, O Most High, thy faithfulness also in the congregation of the saints. For who in the heaven can be compared unto the Most High? Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened unto the Most High?
Who among the sons of the mighty? Who among the sons of the Creator can be likened or compared unto the Most High? None. None of us can be compared to the Creator, for none of us could even come close in his glory, his majesty. None of us. No man, no woman who has ever walked this earth can even come close to being compared to the Almighty. Read on, please.
El is greatly to be feared in the assembly of the saints, and to be had in reverence of all them that are about him.
Now, hold up a second. The reason why Nasik said El is because in Hebrew, it doesn't say Elohim. which a lot of us don't understand. It says El, and El, as we spoke about earlier, is short for the Creator. Read on, please. El Zivaot.
So it's likely.
Read on, please.
O Most High, Elohim of hosts, who is strong, the Most High, who is strong, Most High like unto thee, or to thy faithfulness round about thee.
So,
Thou-
with all the deities in the earth, who can compare unto the Most High? None. Read on, please.
Thou rulest the raging of the sea, when the waves thereof arise, thou stillest them. Thou hast broken Rahab in pieces, as one that is slain. Thou hast scattered thine enemies with thy strong arm. The heavens are thine, the earth also is thine. As for the world and the fullness thereof, thou hast founded them. The north and the south thou hast created them. Tabor and Hermon shall rejoice in thy name. Thou hast a mighty arm, strong is thy hand, and high is thy right hand. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face.
Mm.
Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Most High, in the light of thy countenance. In thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted.
Mm.
For thou art the glory of their strength, and in thy favor our horn shall be exalted. For the Most High is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our King.
So, family, what that's saying is, no matter where these people are at in their understanding, no matter where they're at, as long as they exalt themselves in the understanding of the Almighty, they could. As long as they exalt themselves in the wonderfulness of the Almighty, they're cool. He got them until he raises them up to completeness. Read on, please.
19. Then thou spakest in vision to thy Holy One, and said, I have laid help upon one that is mighty. I have exalted one chosen out of the people. I have found David, my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him. With whom my hand shall be established, mine arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him.
Now, we're not talking about David of ancient times, for David of ancient times has left us. We're talking about David of the future, of our present day and time. The Most High says these are the things that will be within him. Read on.
23. And I will beat down his foes before his face and plague them that hate him. But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. I will set his hand also in the sea, and his right hand in the rivers.
Now, before we move on, I want to read this part here. And I will beat down his foes before his face and plague them that hate him. So this one that we're speaking about has enemies. People don't like him. People come against him. People accuse him of things. He says, I will beat down his enemies before his face. So that one, why do everybody think that the one that's coming in the name of the Most High is going to be beloved by all the people? The majority of the people are wicked. So if the majority of the people are wicked, why would they love that which the Most High has anointed and brought forward in the earth for us to obey and to live by and to serve, to learn from, to worship him, to be a ruler over the Most High's people? The majority of the people are wicked. So this person that the Most High is talking about will not be beloved by all the people. He has enemies. So therefore, he can't be beloved by all the people. He has people who dislike him, who tries to come against him. They plague him, and they actually hate him. 23. And I will beat down his enemies before his face and plague them that hate him. But yet this one is chosen by the Almighty. Why do people think that if you come in the place of the Almighty as his servant, that everybody got to like you? That everybody's going to appreciate your presence? This is the kingmaker we talking about, the creator. And he's not looking for a popularity contest. He's not looking for your vote and your opinion, who he's going to make king. He don't care about that. The Most High is going to have his way because he understands what needs to be done. And you may disagree with him. You might not like his choice. You might not like the one that he put in that position to be king of other people. You don't know. Or should I say prince of the earth? Because we ain't got but one king, and that's the Almighty himself. One true king. Read on, please.
I will set his hand also in the sea, and his right hand in the rivers. He shall cry unto me, Thou art my Father, my Elohim, and the rock of my salvation. Also, I will make him my firstborn.
What? He's going to be the firstborn of the Most High. Wow. So that means he's going to be a Hebrew. Read on.
And I will make him my firstborn, higher than the kings of the earth.
He's going to be defeating all of the people who reign in supremacy over the earth. I
want to make a correction. On 26, it should have said El, not Elohim.
Yeah, my El. Correct.
28, my mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. His seed also will I make to endure forever, and
How
his
long?
throne forever.
Forever.
And his throne as the days of heaven.
Read on.
If his children forsake my law and walk not in my judgments, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgressions with the rod.
He's going to beat them. He's going to beat them because he loves them so much.
And their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail.
That means that his children, even if they don't worship the Almighty like they should, he's going to do things to them to get their attention, to refocus them back to them, but he's going to protect them. So even if they're out in all these different religions, as we are, walking in all these different abominations, as we are, the Most High is still going to be there with us to try to bring us out back into the oneness of him again. This is true, Israel. This is real. This king is awesome. Read on, please.
My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, and as a faithful witness in heaven. Selah.
Now that throne just lies dormant right now, but that seed is still here in the earth. We are still here. We're still here. We ain't going nowhere. Read on, please.
But thou hast cast off and abhorred. Thou hast been wroth with thine anointed. Thou hast made my void the covenant of thy servant. Thou hast profaned his crown by casting it to the ground. Thou hast broken down all his hedges. Thou hast brought his strongholds to ruin. All that passed by the way spoiled him. He is a reproach to his neighbors. Thou hast set up the right hand of his adversaries. Thou hast made all his enemies to rejoice. Thou hast also turned the edge of his sword, and hast not made him to stand in the battle. Thou hast made his glory to cease, and cast his throne down to the ground.
What did I say about that throne? That throne lies dormant. And this is where that servant is right now. He has not that ability, that power, nor that might to exercise his right as king. Read on.
The days of his youth hast thou shortened. Thou hast covered him with shame. Selah.
With shame. How long, Most High? How long will thou hide thyself? Read on, please. Boy, it's getting me excited. Yep,
How long, O Most High, wilt thou hide thyself forever? Shall thy wrath burn like fire? Remember how short my time is. Wherefore hast thou made all men in vain? What man is he that liveth and shall not see death? Shall he deliver his soul from the hand of the grave? Selah. The Most High, I'm not sure this is Most High. Hold on, let me see.
Yo, hey, why, hey. Oh, Adonai.
Adonai, okay. Adonai, where art thou, former loving kindness, which thou swearest unto David in thy truth?
That means with all this suffering that we're going through today, all this pain, all this toil, all this turmoil, where are you at, Creator? Because the one that you placed in the earth to rule over the people is suffering. His throne lies dormant. He's not able to stand. He's in confusion. He don't know what's going on. He's questioning you, Creator. Why are you allowing thus and thus and thus if this is to be? Where's that promise that you promised to David? That throne would be always a throne upon the earth forever, that seed would be in the earth forever. Where's that promise at, Creator? And the family, I'm going to share with you because there will be times where you will question all those things. It would appear as if the Most High is not with you. But I'm telling you, know that he is. Know that the Almighty, the King of all creation, as long as you dedicate yourself to him, he will be right there with you. Read on, please.
50. Remember, Adonai, the reproach of thy servants, how I do bear in my bosom the reproach of all the mighty people, wherewith thine enemies have reproached, O Most High, wherewith they have reproached the footsteps of thine anointed. Blessed be the Most High forevermore.
Blessed be the Most High forevermore. We got one more place to go, and that is Proverbs, 5th chapter.
Proverbs 5:1.
Now, before you begin, let me give a little understanding as to why I pulled this chapter up. You know, the Most High does a lot of things to put us in place in this earth, to establish us and make us great. Somewhere along the line, the journey from his beginnings to our present time, we lose focus of what to do and how to live and how to conduct ourselves. And as we look through history, this chapter that we're about to read about does not apply to all that we're about to read about, but it applies to the majority. And you have to make yourself and set yourself to be the minority of this majority. One of the things and the problems that we have, a lot of males today in this life, is the opposite sex. A lot of us give ourselves to the desire of pleasure over the desires of principles and morals and discipline. We give ourselves over to the desire of pleasure, and it brings about destruction in our lives often. We, as the servants of the Most High, men, particularly, I'm speaking to you, you have a special job and duty in this earth. Special job and duty. And you have to be on guard at all times and stay strong at all times. And if you look at any man who has ruled, David, Shlomo, all the great men who have really ruled the earth with power and might of our forefathers, most of them fell. And most of them fell through the evil dealings of sexual pleasure. I need you to understand that. So while the Most High is preparing you to take you back to glory, this is a warning of how you can build up your spiritual strength to stay away from falling like many of your forefathers have fallen. Right? So let's read on.
Proverbs 5:1. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Stop for a second, please. I want y'all to pay attention to this again. Again. Attend to thy wisdom and bow thou ear to my understanding. This is a parent talking to his child. A lot of children today don't want to hear what we got to say as their parents. A lot of them don't want to pay attention to our approach and our decisions for them in their lives. They want to do what they want to do. So let's take this as our ancient forefathers speaking to us today. All right? So let's pay close attention. And if you feel any guilt, like this might be talking about you, then maybe it is. And if you do feel that guilt and you accept the fact that it might be talking about you, then what you need to do is model yourself outside of the errors that you see this scripture bringing out. You follow me? So if you say, hey, I'm one of those people, I'm guilty of that myself, or I do that to people, anything of that nature, then you need to begin to change your characteristics, change your personality, change your behavior. Because that's the only way we're going to fix this problem that we're in today. And I seek, if you don't mind, could you start reading again, please?
Verse 1.
Okay.
My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
That thou may discard discretion. That means that you may think about a matter before you do it. And that your lips may keep knowledge, meaning everything you say to an individual is how they can elevate themselves and not tear down themselves. So you're not quick to gossip. You're not quick to talebearer. You're not quick to teach about idolatry. Your talk, your speech is about knowledge. It's about uplifting the soul of another person. Read on. Watch what's happening.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Oh, we got some women out here will say some smooth stuff, especially if she's wicked. See, what a lot of people don't understand is not the woman herself. It's the spirit that governs the woman. Not all women are like this. So let me clear this up. So sisters, I don't need you thinking I'm talking about all women. I'm talking about these evil, wicked, underhanding, conniving women who will see a brother on a righteous path and try to tear him down, who will see another sister on a righteous path and try to tear her down. That's the woman that we're talking about and we're reading about right here in the scripture. A deceitful woman, a woman who would cheat on her husband, who would deceive him, who will go out and do all type of abominable things, have a baby by another man, and come back and tell her husband is his. These are the type of women that we're talking about. Read on, please.
4. But her end is bitter as warm wood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them.
You can't understand her. A lot of males think they got women under control. When a woman knows her strength and knows how to do evil and wicked things, you think you got her under control, but you don't. You could not know her because she don't even know her. Read on, please.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
Now, while you're reading this, Prince, earlier we read about making kings and how to come into your fullness as a king or a queen. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the ways that you must learn to prevent from being destroyed once you reach the epitome of your ability. This is one way in which it can happen. Whether you're a man or a woman will come to you and turn you away from your path of righteousness. Why am I saying a woman? Because any man that comes to you and turn you away from your path of righteousness is working with a feminine spirit. He's working with a feminine spirit. Read on, please. Let's go.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel.
Lest thou give thy strength unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Read on.
Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger.
Now remember, I spoke earlier and I told y'all all that this is a spiritual war that we're in. This is a spiritual warfare. This life that we live in is a spiritual warfare. So I need you to understand this part right here. When it says, my son, attend unto my wisdom, bow thou ear in my understanding, that thou may regard discretion, and that thou least may keep knowledge, for the lips of a strange woman. It's not talking about a woman. It's talking about that female energy. And men can possess that female energy. They can. When you get a chance, I want y'all to look in the scriptures and see where it says woman. And then bring that word to my attention. If I'm wrong, bring it to me. Read on, please.
Verse 10. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And say, how have I hated instruction?
How did you hate what?
How have I hated instruction?
Uh-huh.
And my heart despised reproof.
Here you go.
And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of water in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Now, stop for a second. In the Hebrew, I don't know if that word is singular or plural, but if it's plural, it's the word nashim. Let and rejoice with the nashim of your youth, the wives of your youth. But it might be singular, the wife of your youth. Let her be as a loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times. Read on, please.
So, Prince, if you allow.
Okay.
When I click on the word, it has Nashim and it has Isha.
Okay.
For both.
There you go.
Verse, where was I at? 20.
19. Did you finish 19?
I'll read it again. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Now, always be ravished with her love. What does that mean? Be overtaken. Let her always give you her love. Let her always shower you with her love. Do y'all follow what I'm saying? But it never says you gotta love her. Or, and I gotta be careful when I say this, because I don't want people thinking that Prince is saying something that's strange. It's the woman's duty and responsibility to be in love with her husband, but it's never the husband's duty and responsibility to be in love with his wife. For being in love is the works of a woman. It's okay for a man to love. And for a man to love is responsibility. That's what it means. When a man loves a woman, he's responsible for that woman. And he won't want to see her without. He will provide and go over and aboard and do all the things he needs to do to show his responsibility for that woman. And that's how you know a man loves you. But to be in love means to give your strength to something other than you. And a man should never do that. So if your man tells you, you won't get it from me, but if your man tells you, "Oh, I love you, baby. I love you, my booga booga," whatever you might say. If that's how he chooses to move, that's okay. But he can tell you, "Oh, I love you, baby. You're my booga booga," and all that type stuff, and don't do a thing to provide for you. He doesn't really love you. And then you may have a man that will never utter out of his lips, "I love you." Never come out of his lips. But your provisions are met. Some of your desires are met. Everything in your life is laid out for you. Everything that you need. The whole path, the whole vision. And if it's not there, he's striving to bring it accessible to you. That's the man that really loves you. See, because words is nothing. And scriptures knows this. That's why the creator never commands the man to love the woman or to obey the woman. Because to obey a woman is a curse in the scriptures. What I mean by that is this. I'm not speaking about a woman who gives sound advice or good advice or anything in that nature, because there are a lot of women who do that. But for a man to obey the woman means that the woman wears the pants and the man wears a skirt. That's what this society will teach you. And that's what this society is making a lot of our females believe, that they have authority over a man, authority and dominance over a man. And a lot of males are actually taken into that culture, and they are becoming more feminized than they are growing masculinity. But the scriptures teach you the opposite. The woman is supposed to be in love with you. You're not supposed to be in love with the woman. That's a difference. So they ask the question, they say, if a man got multiple wives, how can he love all the women? If I got multiple children, do I love them too? Huh? Now, if he's in love, he can only get that to one, because that's what that means. That's why a woman can only have one husband, because she's supposed to be in love. She's supposed to get her strength to him. And she can't give her strength to multiple men. She can only give it to one man at a time. But let's go back to the scripture and see what the scripture. Well, Prince, you starting something. I don't agree with you, Prince. I don't accept that. That's not true. You can say whatever you want. It's okay. It's my job to teach. You don't have to accept. You can disagree. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want to do. But what I'm trying to do is build a righteous foundation for us to grow off of. I'm trying to create a platform. I've already done it. Created a platform that people can come and learn the truth of the path of our ancient forefathers. And if the people can separate themselves from this Western thought, this Western way of doing things, and just give reason to what I'm saying, you'll see that what I'm speaking is truth. It's a fact. Read on, please, and let's see where we at.
Real quick, Prince. So when you all look up the word, I just want to, because I'm a Hebrew teacher, and I don't want people to say, "Oh, he was wrong." The word, it says me'eshet. The word "eshet" in Hebrew, you all probably seen it often. Eshet means woman of, but it also means wives. So it just depends on the context of what is being used as. So it can mean lady, woman of, right? If I was to say, if my wife was to say, Nasika Muna Eshet, Nasik Shema, wife of, a woman of, but it has a plurality meaning depending on the context. So I want to put that out there. So a lot of people, they'll click on the word, and when you click on the word, it tells you like the root, and then it kind of just show you one thing or two things. So I wanted to put that out there for those that want to learn Hebrew. All right. 20 verse 21.
I think you on Well, read 20 again if you passed that already.
And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a stranger?
Again, it's talking about the spirit. It's talking about the spirit. A strange spirit taking over you. Read on, please. It's a feminine energy, but it's a deceptive spirit. Read on.
For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Most High.
What that say?
For the ways of a man are before the eyes of the Most High.
Wow. For he pondereth.
And he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins.
He shall be holding with the cords of his sin. Therefore, if a man gives in to the evil inclinations of his mind, introduced to him by an outside entity, only he can bear his sin. Only he can bear the punishment of his abominable acts that he would do. Read on.
He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray.
He shall die without instructions, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. May the Most High be praised. There's so much to be said here, family. All I can say at this particular time is guard your mind, guard your spirit. So when you see that the Most High has you on that path of righteousness to his truth, be careful. Because that evil spirit that lurks in the earth, its job is to deceive you. Its job is to enter into you and have you doing things against what the Most High has for you to do. To take your spirit in a totally different place. To cause your personality to fall victim to the pleasures of this world. That's what this is all about. It's a spiritual war. It's a spiritual journey. And if your spirit is strengthened, you will be protected against the evil acts of this earth and all the inhabitants thereof. But if your spirit is just laxy-daisy, the food you eat, the people you associate with, the conversations you hold, the music you're listening to, the places that you frequently attend, all of those things take hold of your spirit and create within you a different desire or identity. The desire to do wickedness, the desire to do evil, or an identity that incorporates wickedness and incorporates evil in your behavior. A lot of the things that you eat, a lot of the places you go, the people you be with, and the things that you frequently visit will all mold and shape you to a world of wickedness. Therefore, separate yourself from all those things that are not bringing you the pleasures of the Almighty. And you can feel it. You can feel the energy inside of you when they don't. The Creator's in the business of making kings and queens. Well, as a king and a queen, you're in the business of maintaining it. You have to maintain your throne or your crown. And most of our people are not maintaining their throne or their crown because a lot of the males are doing so wickedly. One of the things that a lot of males do is give themselves to women. They give themselves to women. I didn't even mention giving their strength to women. I said giving themselves to women. Because a lot of males, they want multitude of sexual pleasures to come in their direction. For some reason, we feel like the more sex partners we got under our belt as a man, the stronger we are in the sight of people. And that's not right. And it's definitely not true. The spirit realm is watching. And a lot of people don't realize, but the more sexual partners you have, the more spirit you bring upon yourself. The more you let those entities in to cause you to sin against the Creator, the more those entities leave behind a trace of themselves every time they exit or every time they're not active in your actions. You can't one time go in a store and steal without having the spirit of stealing on you, where you would desire to do it at other times and in other places. Might not be from a store, it might be from your children. It could be from your spouse. And it all started 5 years ago when you stole that candy bar from the store. That's how sin lies at your door. It's just waiting to come in. It's knocking. It's looking for an entry. And the moment you let your guard of righteousness down and allow that sin to come in, that sin will slowly, consistently conquer you. It takes its time. It's patient. Like gray hair. It creeps up on you real slow. You don't even notice it. One day you look in the mirror and there it is. It's like aching bones. One day you find, 2 days, 3 days later, you start looking around and your back hurt. Your legs hurt. Your head hurt. It creeps up on you. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know where it's coming from. All you know is it's there. But it is your job to recognize when you're out of proper alignment with the Creator, how to return back to that proper alignment. And a lot of times, the strongest way that I know that I've asked this question once in class, and Nasika stood up and Nasika said the answer to it, and she was 1,000% correct. The best way that you can deny that spirit, that you can fight against that wicked spirit, those bad habits and those bad traits, is to do the opposite of what that spirit is telling you to do. If that spirit is telling you to go over there and talk to that man, and you know you married and you ain't got no business talking to no man, then do the opposite. Don't talk to the man. If that spirit is telling you to go talk to that woman, and you know you really can't provide for that woman, you really have no spiritual knowledge for the woman, you really ain't got no need for the woman in your life, then do the opposite and don't talk to her. A lot of people suffer today because they gave in to the desires of those spirits. A lot of people are in jail today. A lot of people got venereal infections today. A lot of people got babies from people who they wish they never had babies from today by giving in to that spirit. Spirit is wicked. A lot of people have given themselves to people unrighteously because of that spirit of lust. And now, 5, 10, 20 years later even, that little child that was produced, although they're going to try to do their best to love that child was a regret. And a lot of people don't like to admit that they regret having these children with these men that they didn't even really take the time to vet. And the relationship was over 2 weeks after it started. But yet, that child is a remembrance of the sin that you allowed to enter into your life. Had you done it the right way, then it wouldn't have been sin. But you'll still be there today, living a life of righteousness, or somebody would have passed away if it was done in righteousness. Because there is no such thing as divorce unless somebody gives in to sin. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Some uncleanliness must be found. That uncleanness must be a violation of the laws of the Almighty. So as long as the uncleanness is not found, then we would still be married today. And your child would have a father, or your child would have a mother. Because for real, in the Israelite culture, when a man divorces a woman, the scripture says, give her a bill and send her out of your house. It don't say send children out of your house. It says send her out of your house, not the children. The Israelite men were responsible for their children. We were responsible for taking our children after we divorced a woman. They were ours. They belonged to us. But they can go. You get a small example of that in the book of Exodus, the 21st chapter, where a master who buys a manservant as a slave, that manservant belongs to the master, just like the woman belongs to the husband. Now that master took that servant and gave him a wife. And that servant produced children with that wife. Well, the 5 years came around, the 10 years came around, whatever they agreed upon, and it's now time for that servant to leave. That servant is free to go. He can leave. But that wife and those children belong to that master. Now, if the master wanted to give it away, I guess he probably could if he wanted to give it away. But the only way other than that servant could have his children and his wife is he had to serve that master forever. But those children belong to that master. And a man is supposed to be a master over his house, a Baal over his house. So his wife and his children belongs to him. But when he gives his wife a bill of divorce, he's supposed to keep his children. They're not supposed to leave also. See, this world, this society, this culture that we live in this Western way of thinking, they got us all messed up. Because a man will impregnate a woman and step off and leave her with 3, 4, 5, sometimes 9 children. And he gone. He free. He go start a new life. Might send her a couple of hours every once in a while, maybe, but that money ain't gonna take the place of a father. And I'm sorry I even said that man, because a man wouldn't move like that. A male would do that. A male would do that to a woman, but a man won't. If a man divorces a woman, he gonna let her go. But his children stay with him. They stay with him. And that's the way it's supposed to be. That those children are the man's property. That woman could be released from the man, but those children could never be released from him. They are his. And Yahoo, you're right. A lot of people don't teach that, but that's the way it's supposed to be. That's biblical. That's biblical. Are there any questions or concerns, family, about anything you may have heard toward today? Are there any questions that you have in your spirit, in your mind, that might be causing you a little bit of confusion or doubt that you need me to expound on a little bit before we close out this morning session? And please keep in mind, we will be returning, Creator willing, at 4 o'clock today for the second half of our teachings. And we're going to have in that second half, we're going to have part 2 of the lesson from last week. Now, see, what was the lesson, the name of the lesson from last week? You remember?
Not by heart. I could go look real quick.
Please. We're going to have part 2 of that today, where the women gets to come today. You can be in the audience, or we can bring you on the screen. And if you come on the screen, you just keep your face blank while you speak out of your mouth. But we're going to allow the women today to speak their opinion and voice their opinion about the problems that they have with Israelite men. Whatever that problem might be that you have with Israelite men, your complaint is valid. And now is the time for you to bring it up, because we're going to let your voice be heard. You ain't got to hide. You ain't got to be in the background. You ain't got to be typing stuff and leaving. You can do it from the background, or you can do it up here in the forefront. You ready, Nasi?
Yeah, it says, women, tell us some things that you don't like about Israelite men / black, so-called black men.
All right.
Today, basically. Tell us what you don't like about so-called black men or Israelite men today.
And that's what we're going to deal with. Those problems that you have with Israelite men / black men, men of color. Tell us about it. We're going to talk about it. All right? Are there any questions? I don't see any questions popping up. Is there anything we need to visit, Nasik?
No.
All right. Then, family, we're going to get an extra 15 minutes on our break. An extra 15 minutes on our break for the class today. Creator willing, we'll turn back here today at 4 o'clock. Im Yurtse Yotzer, if it is the Most High's will. We're going to turn back here today at 4 o'clock, and we're going to do the second portion of our class. Now, when you come back at 4 o'clock, bring a commandment with you, because we start off our class by giving a commandment at 4 o'clock. So try to find a commandment that everybody ain't talking about, that some people might not even know about. Bring forth some dynamical commandments, things that's not often mentioned in the nation of Israel. You know, bring forth some of those commands. Are there any questions, family, before we close it out? All right. May the Most High be praised. And if it is His will, we'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Lakim.